Good morning, friends. Welcome to Saturday. I am tired and I don't want to get out of bed yet. I'm not sleepy. My body is just tired. My legs are sore for literally no reason. So maybe I just need to take ibuprofen or something. But I gotta get up at some point. I want to work on my book or something, so that's probably gonna be the plan for today. And to be honest, I am tempted to go back to drinking coffee, even though I said I wouldn't drink it for 30 days. But it's also been a while, but I also like kind of sticking to my guns, so chances are I probably won't. But the temptation's definitely there. Alright, I'm up at last, and I'm making some food at the moment. Again, the temptation to make coffee is great. I don't think I have a lot in here, though. Let me see. I'm very curious to know just how much coffee I have left in the container. I should probably open it up over the counter, so that way I don't spill it. That's actually quite a lot. So, like, I could afford to make coffee if I wanted to. I've had this coffee for like a month and a half at this point. I don't know, though. I did say I'd go 30 days without coffee, but it's been a while since I had some. Like, man, I don't know. I might. We'll see how I feel after making food, but I have been very tired lately, so maybe a bit of coffee will help. Like, even just 1 cup. On the plus side, I have proven to myself that I can go long periods of time without coffee, so that's pretty nice. I think if I were to drink like 1 cup, it probably wouldn't be a problem. Maybe like 1 cup every few days. We'll have to see, but I think I'll try again today and see if it's alright. The whole reason I stopped drinking it is because when I was sick a while back, like earlier this month, I didn't like how it tastes. I like took 1 sip and I'm like, this is awful, I'm not drinking this, and I just dumped it out. So maybe I will go ahead and try some coffee today, and we'll just see. Just 1 cup. Jesus, it feels weird, but I do want to at least try, because, like, I don't mind coffee. It wasn't really adversely affecting me as far as I can tell. Like, I've gone like 3 weeks without coffee at this point, I think. And, like, while I have felt nice, the tiredness has been a problem, and I don't want to be as tired anymore, because there's lots I want to do, but my brain and my body are telling me, no, you want to sleep. And I'm like, no, but I have so much I want to do, man. Just let me do the thing. I want to write. I want to play games. I want to make games. I have lots of stuff I wanted to do. And my brain just hasn't been letting me. So maybe a little bit of wake-up juice will help. I just finished drinking my coffee, and it was good. I made it pretty decently. I don't want to really use flavored creamers anymore. I just used standard flavored creamer and put some sugar and vanilla extract in it, and it tasted just fine. I don't think I'll make it a daily thing, for sure. I think it definitely will be like a once-in-a-while thing, but it was nice to have. I also started watching a new anime. I technically started a couple months ago, but I only saw like part of the first episode, and I decided to pick it back up. It's called I think it's relatively popular too. I think it's called a Free Ren Beyond a Journey's End. It's very Dragon Quest inspired, and as a Dragon Quest, like massive Dragon Quest fan, I adore it. And I am 5 episodes in, and it's very charming. It's very endearing. I already love the characters. It's surprisingly cozy. It's not quite what I expected it to be. I don't know what I expected it to be. I don't think I expected it to be anything in particular, but I'm enjoying it. It's really nice. It's got a very quaint feel to it, and it's just pleasant. I told myself I'd get to episode 5 and then I'd get some writing done, so I did so, and now I'm about to do so. Did that sentence make any sense? I'm gonna go ahead and see what I can do about getting some writing done. Maybe I'll take a bit of a break. It's almost noon, so maybe I'll start right at noon and kind of like work to an hour or so, and then see how far I can get after that. I've finally reached a point in editing my book where I am no longer going to be editing, and instead I'm actually going to be adding to the book. So I had two really long chapters at the end of the book initially, but I decided to take the story in a different direction than where it was originally. So now I'm basically just continuing writing the book at this point. The book is no longer done. I've removed the last couple chapters. They're not like permanently deleted because Scrivener doesn't let you do that, I think. Hang on, I'm very curious. Does it let you permanently delete things from the trash? Let's see. Okay, yeah, they do. But they just put things in the trash and that way, in case you do need to reuse it or take it out of the trash or reference it, you can. Which I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna reference what I've written before because it's gonna be very similar, but a lot more characters are involved than there were previously, and I didn't want to just tack onto the characters onto the scenes that are already written because that just feels lazy. So I'm just rewriting basically everything that was going to be the end of the book. And it's probably going to be longer, because cutting those chapters out cut out like 40,000 words, so this book might end up longer. We'll have to see. Anyway, I'm going to stop recording, my arm's hurting. I'm going to wait until it's noon and get some writing done. I sort of came to a realization about my writing. It's actually something I realized a little while back and wrote about in my journal, and then I reread my journal, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is how I should feel about my writing. I basically wrote about why I feel I'm reluctant to enjoy my writing process. And it's because the older I get, the more I read especially, the more I tend to make comparisons. I compare myself a lot to the authors I enjoy reading, George R.R. Martin, Neil Gaiman, Ray Bradbury. Those kinds of authors. And I haven't read any Brandon Sanderson, but I know how he is as an author, and he's particularly famous among writers as being absolutely insane in terms of his writing output. And I kind of reminded myself, you're not any of those authors, you're just you. Like, don't compare yourself to those writers, because you're not them. You never will be them, and that's awesome, because that's the whole point of being an author. You get to tell your own story, and you tell it only the way you can. So that's helped a lot with the imposter syndrome and with the reluctance to write. I didn't make a whole bunch of progress yesterday, but I did make a decent amount, enough to get to a point where I feel like I can start making more progress in the book itself. And I'm just going to carry that philosophy with me while I write, and I hope sharing this philosophy will help some of you as well. Imposter syndrome is ridiculous. It's hard to get rid of. It basically sticks with you forever, but I hope this helps at least someone. And now I'm obligated to post this vlog because I said something that I think might be helpful. I've recorded a lot of vlogs between the last one and now that I just deleted because I'm like, either I never finished it or I was too lazy to edit the vlog together, and I'm like, whatever, it's been 2 days since I recorded that, let's just delete it. So I'm gonna hopefully change my tune and actually post this one. I made decent progress in my book today. I just sat there and wrote. I didn't write for as long as I was going to, but in a way it was a blessing in disguise. My desire to write was kind of kept pretty high throughout, and so I thought it would be best to stop while I still had a desire to write. That way I can carry that over into tomorrow's session and hopefully make more progress. And like I said, I know it's no Brandon Sanderson, writing like 10,000 words a day. I'm not that kind of author. I can write 10,000 words in a day, but I will be hella burned out by the end of it. So I'm taking things slow, and I'm just going to see if I can keep up a habit of consistent writing while not worrying too much about how much I write or how long I write. It's just a habit of actually doing the work. That's what my ultimate goal is. And afterward, I played Persona 5 Royal for a little bit. I got to the first safe room in the 6th palace and thought that was a decent place to stop for now. I decided I'd like to start trying to do things a little slower, take my time more, do things in shorter bursts as opposed to doing a whole bunch of things all at once, if that makes sense. So, both with writing and with video games, I'm trying to take things a little slower so that way I'm gradually making progress no matter what, but I don't burn myself out on these things. It's bedtime. Today was a nice day, so I had that coffee and everything. I got some progress made in my book. I played a little bit of Persona 5 Royal, like I said earlier. It wasn't a whole bunch, but that's fine. And then I watched a couple YouTube videos. Kayla came home, that was nice. We finished watching Dragon Ball Z. Oh yeah, that's a big thing. We've been kind of going through it over the past month or so, and we finally finished today, and we picked up Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I've already seen it all the way through, but they haven't, so we're watching that together now. And while we were doing so, I started playing Tales of Fantasia again. I decided I wanted to pick it back up because I previously retired the game because I was being impatient with it, and, you know, I'm in the Moria Mines, which, funny Lord of the Rings reference, but I'm in the Moria Mines, and there are these shark enemies that like to turn your party to stone, and that's the reason why I quit playing the game. I keep encountering them, my party members keep turning to stone, and I'm like, but your inventory is so limited in the Tales games, so it's like, I don't want to use my panaceas, man, and so I just quit playing. I'm like, yeah, the game's too hard for me, but I decided, I think I just need patience. I just need to be willing to use the items I have, and like, if I can't get through the Moria Mines, you know, that's just a skill issue on my part. Or just bad luck, maybe, but I'm trying to get more acquainted with the combat. The combat felt really slow, and then I realized that none of my party members were doing anything, because I basically wanted to save as much TP as I could. So I'm like, hey, I'll make them only use, like, vital skills. And I'm like, why are battles taking, like, 1,000,000 years to finish? And it's like, oh, no one has any skills activated. So I went through, gave everyone their skills, and now battles are going by much faster. I freaking go through TP like water, but, you know, whatever. It's worth it if it makes the battles easier. I have items to heal TP and stuff, so it's all good. In any case, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I was going to play Tales of Fantasia for a little longer tonight, but I was laying down with Kayla because they took Benadryl and got very tired. So I'm like, you know what, I'll lay down with you for a bit, and then I will go back out and play a game. But I laid down for much longer than I expected, and it is now 11:21. So I'm gonna get a cup of water, just drink that, and go to bed. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. You are all wonderful people, and I'm happy to be vlogging again. Hopefully I can actually keep it up this time. And as always, let's do our best tomorrow.